Well, how you doing, guys? So, today is hopefully the day. Oh, let me move this back. You can see me on the top. You can see my man boobs. There we go. Today is the day that we get this van going, right? So, you've joined this at probably the perfect time, because I've been going through so much shite with this van. But it basically. It cut out as I was driving down the road. Started up, then cut out, started up, cut out. Long story short, I've been through pretty much the entire ignition system. I've changed the fuel pump, fuel filter, everything I could think of to get it going. And it ran for a bit, and then it started that cutting out thing again. So we got spark, but we had no pulse to the injectors. Interesting, right? So. Was it the distribution was it the pickup coil and distributor? Was it the ECU? Was it the ICM? Went through all of them. Couldn't find the source of the problem. And then someone suggested look at the throttle position sensor. If you unplug the throttle position sensor, see what happens. So I unplugged it, and bloody hell, lo and behold, we had pulse. We had injector pulse. So today, last thing I need to do is, because I basically went so deep in trying to solve the problem that I ended up removing the distributor and all that sort of shit. Today what I've got to do is got to set timing properly, put the distributor in again, because I fucked it up. Set the timing properly, and then have a test of the throttle position sensor. And then we should, hopefully, get life. And then I can start putting this van back together, because I want to use this as my studio, man. I want to be using this as my podcasting my podcasting place of zen, my fortress of solitude. And I can't do that while I've got literally all this shit everywhere. So I'm not the tidiest of mechanics. I wouldn't actually say I'm a mechanic. No, entirely. I don't know if there's a word being invented for what I am. But a dude just doing his best, trying to fix his truck. That's what I am. A dude doing his best, trying to fix his van. Now, reason I want to be doing this is, I am a sales and marketing consultant, man. I specialise in helping small business owners, right? Communicate their value to the world. And this whole channel, this whole thing that you're watching now is dedicated to that. But one of the things that really bothers me is that people tend to create content based on what they think the algorithm should be doing, based on what they think people want to hear. And for me, that's just wrong, right? The stuff that you create, you need to be able to enjoy it. It needs to be fun for you, not necessarily just for your audience, but for you as well. So today, I am going to do my VanCast while I'm working on the van. So forgive me if the sound is a little bit chunky, but you know what? Prolific beats perfect, and I can't wait anymore. I want to get this done. So, welcome to VanCast. My name's Richard Crawford Small, and we're here today to talk about why you need to say bollocks to the algorithm. Stay tuned. So, those of you who are listening to this on the podcasting platform, welcome. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, welcome to you as well. So, you're both going to get slightly different experiences. Those of you watching on YouTube are just going to basically watch random videos of me fucking stuff up. Those of you listening on the podcast will just have really bad sound, cars going past, me banging away at stuff. Not in that sense, filthy buggers. But anyway, so, bollocks to the algorithm. Why? What is that? What does it mean? It is my manifesto. It is my call to arms for everybody out there who just finds digital content and creating digital marketing a real ball ache, right? It is if you think, do you know what? I'd rather eat my own face than do a Facebook video or any kind of content. Well, yeah, this channel is absolutely for you, because as a business owner, you know, business is hard, right? It is tough. It's not easy what we do. It drains your time, drains your energy, your focus. You know, it takes a lot out of you. And then, you know, you're busy working on your business, and then someone says, "Oh, have you done the video yet?" You know, you need to create some videos, man. You need to be out there. And you're just like, oh God, no. Please, no. Let it stop. And I get that, right? I totally get that. Now, I'm here to help you hopefully remove a little bit of that anxiety, a little bit of that horror show feeling that you get. Because my firm belief is that if you don't create stuff that you enjoy, if you don't create things that you actually like, then what's the point? You know, if no one's going to see your content, then you might as well have fun while you're making it, right? So, and there's this drive towards pleasing the algorithm. I just think it's just got to stop. It's just bollocks. I mean, because no one really understands what the algorithm does anyway. I most certainly don't. I've been in this game for 20 odd years. I have no idea how it works. And also, frankly, I have absolutely no real desire to learn how it works. It's, you know, life's too short. Jesus, you know, to sit there and try and work out second guess what the social media algorithms are doing. Why did I put that video out there and it got like 15 views, and then I spent ages doing that. I spent so much of my life doing that. I'm starting to sound like dad. Look at this. This is like dad bod veteran kind of stuff. Well, it works, whatever. Yeah, and then I put out this shitty little video, and boom, you know, 1,500 views and new followers. What was the difference? Why did one work? Why didn't? I have no idea, right? And frankly, I mean, anyone out there who tells you that they have an idea, it's bloody lying, because they don't. So stop trying to second guess it. What you can do, though, is just create stuff that you enjoy. Bring your life into your marketing. Bring your life into your content. You know, and I made that decision about a year ago to do all of this. Actually, no, it wasn't a year ago. It was about 6 months ago. Tell you what, here's my origin story. I'll give you the origin story. So I've been in, as I sort of said, I've been in sales and marketing for about, 20 odd years. Worked with loads of different types of businesses, mainly in the aesthetic and beauty market. I know, looking at me, right, that's absolutely the market that you would have expected me to be in. Beauty, yeah, man, he definitely looks like a guy who works in aesthetics and beauty, right? It's a long story, I'll tell you that another time. And but and I suppose what I specialise in is helping people tell their stories. Doesn't matter whether you're a big business, small business, whatever. And I've worked with individual small businesses. I've worked with larger multi-site chains. I've worked with manufacturers, suppliers, coaching their sales and marketing teams to think about things in a slightly different way, to think about things in a bit of more of a, less corporate, less staid, punk rock kind of way. And it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. And then, I had created my own program, my own online course, all these different wonderful things, which I still have. And, you'll be introduced to those. Who's that? DPD dude. What's he doing? DPD is delivering. Man, they're checking out my bike. Anyway, where was I? So helping them to grow, develop, and coaching and mentoring and helping support them, as individuals and business owners. That's what I love doing. But about 6 months ago, where are we now? Actually, longer than that. August last year. We're now in, as you're listening to this, we're now in June. My dad died very, very suddenly while we were camping. And there's nothing like the death of your father, or, I assume possibly mum, but, that's my point of reference, right? There's nothing like the death of your father to shock you into reflection, to shock you into who am I? What am I doing? What has my life become? Am I happy? Because he was only 69, and I turned 50 this year. So the sort of combination of turning 50, my dad dying, who was only 19 years older than me, kind of really did shock me into a bit of a period of reflection, which I probably don't think I'm out of yet, to be honest with you. But what did come out of that was that I just said, you know what, fuck it. There's all these things that I should be doing, all these things that you listen to, not most people, you listen to a lot of different people telling you this is what you should be doing, financial planning and thinking about all this, think about your future. You might not have a future. This is the reality of it. This is the fact of life, and this is the wisdom that's arrived at the age of 50, right? Is you might not have a future. So you need to enjoy the present. And this is what I was not doing. I absolutely was not doing that. I lived my life very much forward focused, very, very much. When I've done this, this will be great. When I've done that, then it will be great. When I've done this, then that will be great. And you can't live like that. You have to enjoy the moment, because your future is actually created by the moments right now. And that was a kind of a real moment for me when that arose, when that sort of epiphany struck. And when that struck, that was when I made the decision to change everything. But I needed time to do that. And my amazing, beautiful, talented, fantastic fashion designer wife had a business called Do the Twist, and it was doing well. She sold over like 4,000 twisties, headscarves, to like 20 countries around the world. And I said to her, I need some time. I need some time to be able to catch myself and think this through. So I need your business to come up so we can cover, the natural drop in revenue that would be coming from me just throttling back a little bit, reevaluating and rebuilding. So she said, yeah, no problem. Now, useful thing, good thing is, hey, do you know what? Oh, I'm a sales and marketing consultant. Wow, that's pretty useful. So what I did is basically put some energy into helping Amy grow her business, which happened really quickly. She basically doubled her business in about 2 or 3 months, using exactly the strategies that I talk about all the time. She started creating videos, she started creating more content, she created a Facebook group, she focused very much on community marketing, she built an amazing raving tribe of fans, and her business grew to the point where I'm right, okay, I can now focus on what I want to focus on. And what I want to focus on is helping people listening to this, people like you, if this is interesting, to grow your business, but also grow as people, grow as human beings. Focus on a human-to-human interaction, a human-to-human conversation, and not worry about the algorithm, not worry about what everyone thinks you should be doing, and worry about what you are doing, to focus on the here and now, to create content that inspires you and then will inspire other people, to share your authentic self, for a marketing phase, because that's where your power is. That's where your spirit is. And stop being false. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to the world about who you are and what you do, and be honest. And trust me, the more honest you are, the more money you'll make. And the reason for that is because honesty just builds trust. It does. It builds trust. And you don't have to pretend. You just be you. You just say what you want to say to who you want to say it to, in a way that they understand, in a place that they go to. And that's ultimately what I've just said there. That is essentially the secret of sales and marketing, right? Sales and marketing 101 is the right message to the right people, the right number of times, and you'll get the right result. So the question then is, well, what's the right message? What do I need to say? What do I want to say? And this is the starting point, and this is where it all tends to go wrong, is because the message that you want to say is generally not the one that you'll put out. Because you need some bravery sometimes to say what you really want to say, calling people out on their bullshit, challenging the status quo, that requires bravery. That's punk rock marketing, right? That's a fuck you to the world, right? Hey man, I'm not going to do shit where you want me to do it. And I don't care what industry you're in, whether you're, in finance, you're insurance, whether you're a plumber, electrician, coach, it doesn't matter what it is. You need to speak. You can be the leader, the honest voice in your market, and people will follow you. They will follow you because they're like, yeah, says it as it is, like that guy, and you'll stand out from everybody else because everybody else is just playing the game. They're chasing the algorithm, right? So thinking, let's do some keyword research to find out what exactly things we should be saying on social media. And we've done this. We have identified these 57 keywords that we need to put in, even though no one has a fucking clue what they mean. Yeah, you could do that, or you could go, you know what? I really, really enjoy working on my van. So what I'm going to do is work on my van while creating content to help people understand why sometimes their marketing isn't working and why they're getting burnt out. There was some data research done on basically on digital burnout, and I think this is like basic, one of the largest cause of burnout in marketing teams is basically chasing algorithms, right? Is being able to create content. I'm sure I read that. I might have just made that up anyway. But if I did, all right, fine, it's facts now. I'll just put it out there. Is it 95% of all statistics are made up on the spot anyway? So yeah, basically, chasing the algorithm is gonna burn you out because you're chasing something that's constantly moving. So my message to you today in this VanCast podcast, whatever we're going to call it, VanCast, yeah, I like that, VanCast, is stop. Have a look back at the stuff that you're creating. And if you're not creating anything, have a think about the stuff that you want to create. What is it that if you were able to combine a couple of things that would make you smile, what would it be? And for me, it was just like, do you know what? If I could combine my love of fixing vans and bikes and fixing, and because ultimately, sore shoulders. Ultimately, the stuff that I do here absolutely correlates to business, because this is an intellectual challenge as much as it is a physical challenge, and diagnosis, analysis, testing, all these different things are things that I do, in my day, in my work. So the skills are transferable. I've got pretty decent diagnostic skills. I can generally work out most things. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, so take a step back and have a look at what you're creating, and is it fun? Do you like it? That's the first question, right? Is, do you like it? And if you don't like it, then why are you doing it? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm doing it because my customers, that's what they want to hear. Possibly. But have you asked them? If you actually ask them, what do they want to hear from you? They might want to hear a bit more about you as a person. They might want to hear a bit more about you and the fam. You don't have to share everything, but letting them in a little bit closer, to show that you are actually a human being. Why won't that? What's so bad about that? Because trust is built on three things: credibility, authenticity, and likability. And you can build credibility quite easily. Yeah, these are the things that I've done. These are the reviews I've got. These are the testimonials, all of that kind of stuff. Authenticity. Yeah, saying it as it is, definitely. But likability is a tough one, because not everybody's going to like you, and you've got to get used to that. Not everyone's going to like you. 50%, here we go, is another made-up statistic, but actually this one kind of makes sense, right? Let's take it as an analogy, okay? So let's say there's a room of 100 people, and you're on stage presenting to them. You might be like, oh my god, me on stage, public speaking. Actually quite like public speaking. Anyway, you're on stage, there's a room of 100 people. In that room, 50% of them, 50 people, hate you already. You haven't even said anything. They just didn't like the way that you walked up the steps. They don't like your shoes, you know, you got a stupid face. They're just, your jacket shit, you know, ugh, red, ugh, who wears that, you know? People are weird. They're just, you know, they just judge you immediately based on how you look. Fine, you know, whatever. 50% of them don't like you. So, you start talking. And 35 of them in there are kind of, you know, interested but polite. You know, I'm British, right? So anytime anybody says that's interesting, what we effectively mean is we're really not interested in anything that you're saying, but we're British, so we don't just say, sorry dude, I've got, you know, 1,000,001 things I'd rather be doing than listening to you, so if you don't mind, could you please shut up? We don't do that. We definitely don't do that. We do, that's interesting. Really not interested. Anyway, so 35 of them are in the that's interesting bit. And then you've got 15. And of those 15, 10 of them are, yeah, they're really engaged. They are listening to what you're saying. They're taking it on board. But they're probably not ready to act. And then there's 5 of them who are like, I get you, big time. I get you. I need to speak to you, and I'm probably maybe buy from you. So that's 5 out of 100, 5%. Now, interestingly, what we discovered when I was doing the work with Amy is the conversion rate on Shopify. A good conversion rate is 5%. That puts you in the top 20% of Shopify businesses globally. So that stat bears up across the board, right? That stat is shocking, but out of a room of 100 people, your message is going to resonate with 5 of them. That's it. So go and find the 5, right? Part of your job with marketing and part of the job with communication is actually to be dissonant with a lot of people, not just resonant, to be dissonant with a lot of people. You want to repel them. Sift it as fast as you can. Fuck the 50%, you're done. The 35%, yeah, you're interested, but you know, I'm here this is business, right? You know, I want to find my 5. I want to find my tribe. So you need to send messages out. By the way, you know, you could, so in that analogy as well, hi there, my name's Richard Crawford Small. Listen, anybody who doesn't like Jordans, get the fuck out. You know, that sifts your tribe. Right, next, anybody here who does not like Harley Davidson motorcycles, get the fuck out. Anybody who doesn't like Chevy vans, you can jog on as well. Anybody who doesn't like swearing, you can fuck off as well. Then you might be left with 5 people. At least you sifted it really, really quickly, right? So yeah. So listen, this isn't a massive, lengthy tome, right? This is just to get us kicked off. Going to be weekly episodes on this, and you know, if you like this, you know what? Give me a little bit of a review. If you think this has been useful, share the love, right? You know, that's what makes the world go round. Share the love. Give me a subscribe. Give me a like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up or a review if you're listening to this on a podcast. You know, and if you're picking this up as a snippet through any of the channels, you know, give us a like. So I'm here to have some fun with you. I'm here to help you. Achieve your goals. And in exchange, you help me achieve mine. That's what makes the world go round. Right, guys, listen, it's been awesome. Take it easy. Speak soon.